Hi, my name's Isaac, and this is a 2020 Ford F-150 Limited. And today I'm going to show you guys all around the truck, show you all of its luxurious features and everything that it includes. You know, every time I'm at the gym and one of those daytime detective shows like NCIS or CSI Miami comes on the TV, it always seems like the lead detective of those shows is driving an F-150 Limited, and they're always doing something really cliche with their family right before they get called back to the office, like, "Quick, help, there's been a double homicide in New York, we need you back." Oh man, but I was just about to get to the perfect fishing spot with my son in my Ford F-150 Limited. Okay, I'll be coming back. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm at the gym again and the same show is on and it's like, "Quick, there's been a quadruple homicide in New York, we need you back." And he's like, "Oh man, but I was indiscriminately unloading plywood in the back of my F-150 Limited with my son." It's not really an analogy, it's kind of just a thing I've observed. Man, I'm weird. Before we begin, I want to give a huge thanks to Koch 33 Ford for allowing me to review this truck. For all your Ford needs, you can visit Koch 33 in person right off of Route 33 in Easton, Pennsylvania, or at Koch33Ford.com. So starting out up front on the Limited, you're going to have Limited spelled across the top here in chrome. You have this big chrome grille. I do like this mid-cycle refresh's design with the chrome wraparound here. I think that looks nice. I do prefer the grille in like a matte black color, kind of like we saw on the STX that I reviewed recently. I do prefer that to the chrome, but it still does look good. Ford logo here with a front camera below that. You're going to have your two tow hooks down here. And as you can see, LED wraparound daytime running lights, and then you're going to have, I believe, LED headlights and LED fog lights. Overall, really commanding look on the front of this F-150. Underneath the hood, this F-150 is powered by the same 3.5-liter EcoBoost that's in the Raptor, meaning this guy makes 450 horsepower and 510 foot-pound of torque. Those are crazy numbers, really cool to see on this Limited because you not only get the really beefy engine, but the incredibly luxurious interior as well. Moving on to the profile of the truck, you get these 22-inch polished aluminum wheels. I think that they're really nice without being overly gaudy, like the Ram 1500's wheels I recently reviewed. I did like how those looked. I just think that they were a little bit big and the sidewall of the tire was a little bit too tiny, and a lot of you guys agreed in the comments that there should have been bigger tires on that. Moving to the side here, you're going to get F-150 with the Limited badge right here. There is a parking sensor down here, so if you're going into a parking spot and you're kind of getting close to something, it'll actually beep in the interior of the truck. That's really nice. You're going to get an indicator on your mirror here. It's body color matched. It is blind spot monitoring as well. If you have the key in your pocket, you just tap right here, and that's going to unlock the doors. You also have power running boards on this. I'm making sure to keep my camera at least 20 feet away. No more destruction of cameras from power running boards. Chrome door handles, and then moving to the back here, you do get LED tail lights. They do actually have blind spot monitoring incorporated into them, and then that'll show you on the mirror if there's somebody in the blind spot. So moving on to the back here, you have this eye-catching giant chrome Limited insert here. I think that's really cool. Obviously, no one will mistake you for any other trim of F-150 if they're right behind you in traffic. Up here, you get another little chrome insert for the grab handle. I think that's kind of nice to bring the tailgate down to kind of tie it all together with the chrome. You do get dual chrome exhaust, parking sensors down there, your trailering, and then you're going to have a camera up here. A little camera here. I'm not 100% sure what that camera's for. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments, as I always have. I'm gonna guess that's probably for the 360-degree camera view that you get. Dropping the tailgate here, it is soft, it is dampened. It is a very light tailgate too, because this truck is pretty much an entire aluminum body. You do get a spray and bed liner, a lot of tie downs and LED bed lights. I'd expect nothing less from a truck as premium as this one. And then if you tap right here, you get your fold down step, and then you can pull this out and you actually have a handle. Genius idea on Ford's part. I think it's really cool how they've done this. I definitely think by far they have the coolest way to fold down the step. It is nice to see on the GMC how it has that tri-fold down tailgate with all your different positions, but I really do like how the process of opening Ford's up and how it closes back up without kind of ruining the flushness of the back tailgate. I don't even know where to begin in this truck. All right,
So, oh my gosh. It has massaging seats. It's got massaging seats. You can massage your butt while you're going down the road. That is incredible. So it does bottom and back massaging. That is accessed from the side on the seat. It's also power seats. Obviously, I wouldn't expect anything less from this type of truck. Steering wheel is heated. Seats are heated. You also get ventilated seats. Pretty much everything you can get on an F-150 is on this truck. You get panoramic moonroof, power sliding rear window. This also has, I've been tooling around with some of the features here before I started recording in here. This also has 2 buttons on the side that if you hit them, it turns on lights in the mirror to kind of illuminate the ground like a puddle light, but then also out on the sides. I guess if you're off-roading or you're out in the dark and you want to kind of light up all around the truck, it allows you to do that. I think that's a great idea. You have the biggest screen optionable on an F-150 in the center gauge cluster. You do have 2 traditional gauges still flanking it though, but you can get pretty much any trip data out of this truck that you want to get. Pretty much anything you'd want to know, you can get out of this truck. All the settings for lane keeping assist, all the safety sense, it's all in here. Moving to the infotainment, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, obviously as expected, you get built-in navigation, and then you can control pretty much every camera display and camera view from the screen, as well as your massaging seats. You can control the back lumbar support, everything like that. This rivals the Ram for nicest, most luxurious truck I've ever been in. Now, the Ram did have a really nice larger screen. Now, you don't necessarily need a larger screen in a vehicle for it to be good, but that is something to note. This has Bang & Olufsen speakers. Again, to avoid copyright, I can't play you anything, but let me tell you, they are excellent. These are some of the best speakers you can hear in a pickup truck. You get this kind of faux wood trim all around the truck. Leather-wrapped gear shifter. It does say on the center leather-wrapped armrest here, the model, like how many, what number. This is 677 of the 2020 limiteds, and then it also has the VIN number stamped in here as well. Man, it is just incredible the amount of features that this has compared to like the STX, for example, that we reviewed recently. This one also has power folding mirrors, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it does have power folding mirrors. Seats are really nice. They have limited, not stitched, they have a logo in them. That is crazy. Don't see that all too often. I think that about wraps up everything with the front here that I didn't cover on my STX video. Normally, I would do a little bit more in depth, but I pretty much covered everything else in the STX video. Let's take a look at the back real quick. Moving on to the back here, these seats are just as comfortable as they are up front here. You do get little vents back here. You get a 12 volt, 2 USBs, and a household power outlet back here, as well as heating on the seats. That's pretty neat. It would be nice to see ventilation back here though. Now, you do get a fold down armrest here. One thing I did find a little cheap back here is how they do the cup holders back here. It kind of just feels dinky compared to everything else that's so premium and luxurious in the back here. They could have just put the cup holders a little bit further up the armrest, but that's a little nitpick. You also get the limited badge on the back seats. You don't see that all too often with any luxury vehicles. Usually it's only embossed on the front, so it's kind of cool to see on the back here as well. This one does have a driver's side grab handle. I forgot to mention that, but we've already counted the F-150 for the driver's side grab handle test, so we won't need to go through that on this one again. But let's take it for a spin and see if this drives any different, because this does actually have the Raptor engine, as I previously mentioned. So let's see how this thing hauls. All right, getting behind the wheel of the F-150 Limited. This truck is just so nice. Like the luxurious features that this has, like the massaging seats and stuff, it's just, that puts it so far above the competition. And the leather that this has, it's so plush, it's so premium. It's just really incredible. I really like just everything about it, and the ride quality of this is so smooth. Like, you eat up bumps like nothing. The suspension is amazing because it pretty much rides very similarly to the Raptor. It's built on most of the same frame, if I'm not mistaken, as the Raptor, but with the body of an F-150. like a regular traditional F-150, and then just all the premium luxury features. It's so smooth, and I can't wait to get this out here and gun it on the highway a little bit. I mean, gun it the speed limit. Go the speed limit is what I meant. Most of the textures in here feel really, really premium, really, really upscale, and I just love it. Other than the cheap cup holders and some plastic on the center console here, this is just probably the closest competitor to the Ram 1500 Limited. Oh man, this thing, it just, the 10-speed just really opens it up. Oh my gosh, it's so nice in this truck. With the 450 horsepower in this thing, this is like, I don't know what the 0 to 60 is, but this thing just floors. Like you hit the you hit it and it's like, sure thing. And that's just something that's so cool. So I think that's going to conclude my driving segment with the truck. Overall, I think it's really good. I like how it drives, and it's an excellent truck overall.